Whoa, what's happening with Dr. Disrespect? When a company ban a streamer, it's like they gotta explain. But so let's see what happens. So I will say I got a bias here. Alright, so but let's see what Raf says Des has to say. Brought to you by this cat born under the TI triple V3 star sign. Meow.
Hey, what's up guys, Raf here. So right now there is a very serious situation involving the streamer Dr. Disrespect. If you've been on social media over the past 24 hours, I'm sure you've seen his name popping up all over the place. So since his ban from Twitch back in 2020, a lot of people were trying to understand the reason for that ban. People were making all kinds of guesses, and now we're seeing a very serious claim from a former Twitch employee who is now alleging the reason he was banned back in 2020 on Twitch was because he was caught sexting a minor and attempting to meet up with that minor at TwitchCon. Now, this is an incredibly serious set of allegations, life-ruining allegations if true, and a lot of people are digging into this, and really right now, the biggest thing is a lot of questions that are coming out of this that need to be answered by all the parties involved. So before we get into the latest statement,
like if you line up the words, it's a lot of words. We got TwitchCon, we got minor, we got sexting. Okay, let's find out.
Let's remind ourselves how we got here. So
so when you say minor, do you mean like a 16-year-old?
In summer of 2020, basically 4 years ago to right now, Dr. Disrespect was mysteriously banned on Twitch. Now, this caught a lot of people by surprise because at the time, he was considered the face of Twitch. That's how popular he was. And in his final broadcast before everything became official, he had this stream where he clearly was very distracted by something going on, and his mannerisms and his reactions to some things popping up on his phone during the stream made a lot of people confused and started to guess as to what was going on and what was the real reason behind this ban from Twitch.
Okay, I appreciate everyone watching today.
In the backyard, who's going to be looking?
We'll get.
Really, like I said, we don't really know some of the.
We'll get through this Champions Club. I know it's a tough.
Because I don't know this one well.
Life's weird right now.
Oh, it did.
We'll get through this, okay? And
Hey, Christopher.
Dun dun dun! You better not taunt me. How dare you?
fuck.
You get to try.
So shortly after that stream, it would become official and Twitch would ban Dr. Disrespect from their platform, where about a year later in 2021, he announced that he was suing Twitch for the reason behind his ban, and he wanted to collect on the loss of income that resulted from the termination of his contract with Twitch, where about a year after that, in 2022, he would announce that he was moving on from this matter, and he resolved any legal dispute with Twitch, and importantly here says, no party admits to any wrongdoing, and this phrase will be important for later in this.
That's interesting, yeah, I'm thinking. No party admits, okay. A settlement and no party admits wrongdoing.
This video. And since then, Dr. Disrespect has been streaming on YouTube, and a lot of the questions surrounding his ban on Twitch have remained somewhat silent until yesterday, when this viral set of allegations came out from a former Twitch employee named Cody Connors, who stated this. He got banned because got caught sexting a minor in the then existing Twitch Whispers product. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. The powers that be could read in plain text, "Case closed, gang. No one made the wrong decision. F him and his boys." So obviously, if what is true here...
It's interesting because Twitch knows more about the age of the users than people interacting with the users.
If what is being alleged here is true, this is very serious, okay? Obviously, there would be a child victim out there. And also on top of that, Dr. Disrespect is a father. And for years, for 4 years, this has been going on and no one knew about it. And he was just freely walking around if these allegations are true. And a lot of people are questioning why people like Cody Connors sat on this for 4 years without reporting it to the public or to the police in this matter. And on top of that, you might have noticed with this thread, there is zero evidence. Right now, there is nothing corroborating any of this. There's no screenshots, there's no legal documents, there's no police reports. It's just saying these allegations and then saying, case closed, basically trust me on this. And a lot of people have issue with that, but you've also might have noticed that there is no direct mention of Dr. Disrespect in this original tweet. However, we would see Jake Lucky here confirm it, saying a former Twitch employee has come forward and stated the alleged reason for Dr. Disrespect's permanent Twitch ban being for sexting a minor in the previous Twitch Whispers product. Where then, curiously, Dr. Disrespect on his Twitch account would reply saying this, "Jake, seriously, I get it, it's a hot topic, but this has been settled, no wrongdoing was acknowledged, and they paid out the whole contract." Now, a lot of people on Twitter have been eviscerating this statement, basically saying, how hard is it to basically just say, I didn't do this, these are false allegations, and their choice of wording here saying no wrongdoing was acknowledged was a bit suspicious, but I think this is likely the result of his legal advisement. Like, this was probably what his lawyer told him to write, and they're very specific with the way they phrase this based on the description of the lawsuit from back in 2021/2022. And here is a statement from an actual attorney responding to this legal mindset saying, this is a legal statement clearly referring.
And I'm thinking maybe Twitch knew that he's sexting with a minor, but he didn't. Maybe it wasn't sexting. So there's a couple of things going on there. Maybe it could be construed as something close to that. It's like, it's not really Dr. Disrespect's fault. It's Twitch's fault for not ensuring that minors don't have inappropriate conversations. You know, he probably agreed to not throw Twitch under the bus.
To the relationship between the contractual parties, Dr. Disrespect and Twitch, as well as perhaps the minor allegedly involved, as close to direct confirmation as we're likely going to get from Dr. Disrespect himself. And if you remember the language from that 2022 statement about the resolution of the legal dispute, the language here is similar to the response from yesterday saying no party admits to any wrongdoing.
This is entirely plausible that he's hedging on behalf of Twitch or something here.
But a lot of people are looking at this situation, and in the public opinion, the court of public opinion on Twitter, he's as good as guilty to a lot of people. People saw this thread and didn't need any more evidence, and they have completely and 100% convinced themselves that he is guilty of what's being alleged.
Another case of Twitter is actually completely irrelevant. Nice.
Here. And that is a pretty concerning thing. Now, there may be a whole slew of evidence coming through very soon, but right now, this is all people are working with. Just this statement. There's no any form of evidence that is being attached to this. So a healthy amount of skepticism, I think, is fair. And on top of that,
it's not even a good statement for anything. I mean, as we established,
a lot of people are looking at people like Cody Connors and saying, why did you hold on to this info for 4 years? And people have come to their defense saying, well, they were probably afraid of being sued by Dr. Disrespect for coming out with this in 2020, where a lot of people would counter and say, well,
maybe they didn't want to get fired by Twitch because this may be a Twitch problem.
Why are you not afraid in 2024? And also, are you more worried about your potential liability in court than the safety of children in this situation? And in addition to that, some people have been claiming that Cody Connors and other parties involved with Twitch wouldn't have been able to share this information back in 2020 because they were working under an NDA with the parties involved, which is not true because with most NDAs, and I would believe with Twitch, for example, there is an exception for reporting crimes. You can still report crimes while working under an NDA. Signing an NDA with Twitch doesn't mean you can't report the crimes you're witnessing around you in the company, whether it's involving employees or streamers or what have you. So they would have been able to file a police report back in 2020 when they discovered these allegations. And right now, there's no proof that they did. So they've been...
Maybe if it's with some streamer who got removed from your company, okay, you could say things about them. But if it's about the person paying your bills, or like the company in this case, who definitely will probably like not even sue you. No, they can just fire you. And then you have to sue, and where you get your money from in the process. Like, this is it's very fishy timing that this guy gets fired or leaves Twitch. I don't know if he got fired. Sorry if I misconstrued that. But so he's not with Twitch anymore, and now he's talking about Dr. Disrespect. And it's like, why now? What is going on?
Sitting on this for 4 years, and a lot of people are questioning what that's all about. But on top of that, people just aren't comfortable right now with a...
I'm not saying it's necessarily Twitch's partial fault for whatever happened, but maybe have an essay or something at hand to release when people are gonna make a thing out of this, because of course they would. And so I want to see the follow-up. I wonder what's gonna happen with the follow-up here.
He say, she say situation as this currently lies. There's no evidence right now being...
Cody Connors, Evoli definitely owes us a follow-up, and hey, maybe if I'm late with posting this vid that's already 1 hour, definitely looking forward to this, and will pin a comment or make another vid if something crops up.
Sure, there might be evidence out there, but right now, the public hasn't seen it. They've only seen the allegations. And on top of that, the only people attempting to corroborate...
Twitch, again, they have more information, they have more responsibility, and so, you know, I'm not gonna make a vid just because, like, somebody's drip feeding us info. I don't care about that. I care about, okay, so what is the position of the company, Twitch, in this relative to what else is going on? If that's not addressed, then it's kind of like whatever burger, just boxing with shadows. There could be a lot of things going on that look bad for one side more than the other, a lot more, even though it should be the other way around if you don't have the full picture. So I really want to see, okay, so how exactly is Twitch implicated here before I'm gonna change my position here.
Anything right now are some journalists like Nathan Grayson who said this. Without revealing anything else in order to protect sources, I can say that this is not the first time I've heard basically this explanation, nor is it the second or the third. And then in the replies to that...
And that doesn't mean anything, because maybe it's true, again, maybe it's true he was sexting with a 16-year-old, and he didn't know. And maybe it wasn't even sexting, but somebody could construe it as that. He didn't know. Twitch knew, and Twitch let it happen. I mean, help me out here. Help me out. Who's at fault in such a situation? So, you know, I really need to know how Twitch is implicated in this before I can have any sort of update to my position on this.
He says, a caveat, all of the sources I spoke to were secondhand. They were not in the room when it happened.
And it could just be a fabrication, right? Like entirely, or like it could just be super tenuous and like not even close to sexting with a minor, right? Everything's possible. But yeah, even some pretty darn bad case scenarios, I could think like, well, again, Twitch has the info. Twitch got the information to do with what happens on Twitch whispers, right? I mean...
Nor could they provide documentation. In other words, this is not confirmation. Until somebody who actually pulled the trigger either comes forward or talks to a reporter, we will not necessarily have the full or true story. So basically, they're insinuating with their previous quote that these allegations are well known amongst some people, but then in the next reply here, they say that this is all secondhand information and there's no documentation to support anything. In addition to that, we would see another member of the industry, Slasher, say this back in 2020, shortly after Dr. Disrespect's ban on Twitch, saying, look, for several hours now, I have been told from credible sources the reason Dr. Disrespect has been banned. However, due to the importance and sensitivity around the subject, I have refrained from going on it. I don't feel comfortable with it currently. And here we are in 2024, only hours after this initial thread was made about the reason he was banned, and Slasher says, I didn't lie. So basically, they are implying that they've known about this for 4 years. They knew about these allegations, and again...
I will also stress this one point. You will always get the story from the Twitch side of you. They will never tell you, oh yeah, Dr. Disrespect didn't know what he's doing, and it was entirely on us that we provided this platform for people to do this kind of stuff without edge verification. So it's entirely at Twitch, L. Point is, the people in the know are in the know because Twitch stuff and whoever told them, and it's an entirely dramatized, moralizing narrative that's potentially very far away from Twitch's responsibility, because it's, you know, you heard from Twitch people. Of course they don't want to talk about Twitch's responsibility in this, and they will drop some key detail that make it eminently clear that this is a Twitch L and maybe not a Dr. Disrespect L.
They didn't act on them. There's no proof right now that Slasher or any of these people filed police reports or did anything. They've known about this for 4 years, and it's very odd to come out with a response like this, trying to basically flex on their knowledge of the situation when...
And it could still just be a fabrication. It's like we're going on Twitch's words here, right?
Clearly, it seems like they didn't do anything about it until now. And overall, this entire situation is an absolute mess. And the only thing you can really do at this point is wait for more to come out about this situation. The allegations are absolutely horrible, and if they are true, obviously Dr. Disrespect deserves everything that would be coming as a result of that. But for right...
I wouldn't say so. If he was sexting with a 16-year-old without knowing it, then I think he's just like not at fault at all in any of this. And that's still, the allegations are still true then, technically, right?
Right now, all we got is a thread with people saying, just trust me on this. So until there's more evidence that will come out, and maybe there will, maybe there won't, there's really nothing else you can say beyond this point. That's really all there is to say about the situation for the moment being. And as always, like...
He is a married man, but that doesn't mean you can't be sexting with people on the internet. You don't know his, you know, what they agree to be okay with. Anyway, I'm just saying. Anyway, I think the vid's over, so yeah, I will link it below. Do leave all the good stuff, rate, comment, share with a person who would argue you on the merits. Also, this video, the same stuff. And yeah, get a hat for yourself, stay healthy, get healthy. Hope you have a good one, and hope we meet again. Meow.